God is moving. It's Young People Nation.
Welcome to Young People Nation. Listen to us weekly as we commit to bring transparency, healing, and truth to the everyday situations in life that might bring you down. Join us for your weekly dose of inspiration. Thank you for listening to Young People Nation. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And now, here's your host, Eugene and Donna Perry.
Let's go. Christ is the foundation. Know His word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Give the world to the project. Lead them back to the cross.
Welcome back to the fourth session. And I tell you, these two right here, they bring so much to the community. You've got to get connected to manhood and womanhood tour and Tiffany Empowers, because it is just that, guys. These two right here, when you get these two, if you get one of them,
bring on
okay, but if you get both of them, OMG.
Bring on the smoke.
First of all, we want to thank God, thank our community, because just talking with them, I'm sitting up here just absorbing all this wisdom. And I've been talking to her for years. However, every time I talk with her, it's something new that I draw from her. And sir, it is an honor to connect with you because you bring a lot of wisdom, and you're gonna help a lot of men if they grab hold to what the wisdom you're giving.
Yeah, I want to. I hope so.
You're going to do that. It's up to them. You know? So just introduce yourself briefly, and then we're going to move with this fourth session because it is amazing.
Yes. Hey, I'm Tiffany Hodge, a licensed clinical social worker, founder of Tiffany Empowers. You can follow me on socials at Tiffany Empowers or on my website at tiffanyempowers.me.
Yes.
I am a mom, wife, gardener, grandmama, and lover of life. Yay.
Yay.
Hey, David Mew from Thompson, Georgia, co-founder of Manhood Tour and Womanhood Tour, our diversion and intervention program. We have several programs for the youth as well. But I'm a 20-year veteran out of the Army, cyber analyst by trade. I love to take care of my plants and my kids. I have 5 girls, so I'm a girl dad.
Yes.
All right.
Amen. Yes, thank you. And thank you for your service
Thank you.
to our
Thank you.
country. Thank you. So in this session, for even our younger and older, dating with children as a single parent.
Ooh, watch out.
So being selfless as a parent, both of you all have exemplified that. You all are extremely selfless. However, you want to enjoy life.
Yeah.
Okay? So talk about your experience and you talk about your experience. I've been rolling with this guy for,
Long time.
we'll be 41 years in June.
Yep.
So
Hey.
Somebody can interview y'all.
it's been a movement, ain't it, baby?
Oh, yeah. The salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has.
Yeah. Dating. Wow. I didn't think about it a long time when I had my daughters. After I had Maya at 17, I kind of just turned off that whole faucet because I was gonna catapult into something that I probably couldn't pull myself out of. So I didn't really date a lot. I entertained. But other than that, there was nothing really serious. By the time I was able to really figure out, okay, I want to be serious with someone, it was later on. I was probably almost finished with college by that time because I was just very focused because I have these 2 people I got to provide for, right? So dating was not providing for them. So that was out. That's not providing for them. That's for me. And at that moment, that was not in my psyche like that.
Focus.
Yeah. It took me a while. I would date people, but no one met my children. God, I don't even remember when my husband actually met them. They probably was like a year, maybe a year and a half into what we considered was dating.
Yes, okay.
Because I was just very protective of them.
Yes.
Right.
not because of someone's gonna touch them. It was just because, is this person someone that I think would be beneficial to who they are as growing adults, growing children? What is his philosophy on kids? What does he think about the moon? Is he a good budgeter? How is his relationship with his parents? Does he know his parents? How would he view my co-parenting relationship with their father? So all of these things were rapid questions in my mind before he even got a chance to meet them, because I had to be sure as much as I could that he was going to be secure for them as an additional father for them. How would he get along with Ezra? Because that relationship is important to me. How is he going to get along with Ezra's parents? That was important to me because we're all family.
Yes.
Because we all have one common bond, and that's these children.
Yes.
How am I going to get along with his parents? You know, will he defend me? Will he speak up for me?
Yes.
And things of that nature. So you're running. So that takes about a year and a half.
Okay.
To run through all of these different questions in my mind. And then it's like, okay, cool, he can meet them.
and I tell you, Kenya is like a son
Shout
to
out
us.
Kenya.
Oh, yeah.
And because Kenya is extremely present.
Yes.
Yes.
Very hands-on
Yeah.
young man
Yes.
and husband. So you chose wisely.
Thank you.
Yep.
Very good job, girl.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Way to go.
Good job. Good job.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get mine. Because it's hard. Dating and parenting at the same time is hard.
Okay.
As a man, especially as a man, you know. I know there's some men out there, you know, once you get out of a relationship, you and you hurt. Some men find comfort in dating multiple women.
Okay.
Right? Because of that pain you experience, right? So now you just like, F them all, and I'm just gonna do my thing, and I ain't gonna commit to nobody, you know? But then you say you're gonna do that, now you got these kids, you know? You got girls watching you, right? So if your girl's seeing you do that, then what kind of man you think they're gonna get? You know, they don't think that that's okay, right?
Yes,
And so it's like, okay, you can't do that, you know? So it's like, I know I had one woman I was trying to date, right? And I was like, hey, my daughter is about to come home. She about to get off the bus. You got to go. You know, and she was like, well, you know, why I got to go? I was like, why would you ask that? Like, you know why you got to go. I don't want you meeting my kids. You know?
Yes.
Well, you met my kid at the grocery store when you seen me at the that was in passing. I didn't meet your child.
Right.
You know, we was at the grocery store. This is a little different, you know. And I am trying to date you. Right. Like if I had a woman over and my daughter came home, that woman I'm not trying to date. You know, we're business. It's something business related.
Yes.
You know
Okay, got you. There's a difference.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
But you I'm trying to date. So it's a little the energy is different. You know?
Okay.
So they may look at you like you're gonna be around, or I know dad like her,
Right.
you know, and I don't want that, you know, because you might not be around.
Yes.
You know?
Right.
So
Yeah.
then I get the next person to come in the same thing. That sets a trend, you know what I'm saying? So I had to explain this to my daughter. I know my 12-year-old asked me this, and it was it kind of made me like, whoa. She was like, hey dad, why you don't have many male friends? I was like, yeah, I don't have many male friends that come over. I have more female friends than anything. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. You know, just that's been the way of my life, to be honest with you. And she was like, I just wanted to know, you know, you expose us to these women. I'm trying to understand. And I was like, oh, expose you. Oh, man. I said, wait a minute now, wait a minute. What are you asking? You said exposure. I want to make sure you understand what's going on.
Right.
And she was like, I said, you know, I ain't dating them. I ain't say that, but I was like, well, I just want to make sure it's clear, you know, that you're going to see women, and just because they're in the office with me doesn't mean that they're intimate people, or
Yes.
you know, I like
Relational.
them. Right. That's just a business person.
Okay.
Like, you haven't met the person that I'm dating.
Yeah,
You just know
okay,
that,
gotcha.
you know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay.
She's like, oh, okay,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah,
You'll
not-
know when that person
Yes.
is, you know. So she's like, oh, okay, I understand. I was like, yeah. So I just want you to understand that, you know, I just got business people and associates and stuff like that, you know. So, but that whole trying to keep them away and when to do, you know, she said it took a whole year. Like, he's just, that's the challenging part. Like, you know, because you want to know how they're gonna be around your child. Will they accept your child? Do they have favoritism? Do they have kids? How they are with their kids? Their
Yes.
parenting style, you know. Like did they and how they with they co-parenting situation. That's very important, right
Yes,
there.
yes.
Yeah.
Like how do you co-parent? You know, because now we would have to co-parent with a blended family. You know, so it's a lot. It ain't easy. I'm still
So-
navigating that terrain.
And so y'all both taught there's no crossing zones. I see that with you too. Our daughter is very protective of our grandson. She tell him right off the bat, my son has autism. He deal with ADHD. It's a whole line. So if this ain't what you want to get to know about, don't come over here.
Right.
That's she is very transparent about this. I don't be out during school nights. My son is in school. Okay, you can see me between this time and this time.
Oh yeah.
That's her, and I admire her for that. I may have a weekend off, I may not, because his father does not come in town like that. So she's it. You understand? Unless me and my husband step in.
Right.
However, she is extremely present when it comes to her son.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna do a session with her because you told me
I know
something.
you
Right? She
did.
gave me some
I love it.
seeds.
I love
But she
it.
is
I love it.
real in there.
She is.
Yeah, she's
Most
in
definitely.
there. And so I want to ask you all something, 'cause we just got the hands up again, man. That no crossing zone. How would you know, like, how did you know that he was the one, and what is it about whoever you choose this time, because you're real careful. You're real careful. So how did you know that Kenya was it? You know, after over a year of dating and friendship?
Don't say you saw it on Facebook.
No.
No. He defended me to his parents because Kenya did not have children when we started dating, and to hear him speak to his parents about, because they had reservations, right? As they should have. They, you know,
parents.
that they're his parents,
They're
and
parents.
I
want the
love
best.
them.
They want the best for you.
Shout out to Mama and Papa Hodge. They are amazing. They love me.
Yeah.
But I understood their reservation, and it was no shade to me or to them. They really just want what's best for their son.
Yes.
You know, and so when he said, Mom, and I was in the room, I never forget it. He was like, all the girls that I'm dating usually either have kids, or the ones that don't have kids are all over the place. He's like, here she is. She's a good person. She takes care of her kids. Like, she's set. She's straight. She's a good person. She's a great mom. Just meet her. And he was like, at the end of the day, I've chosen her.
Yeah. Oh.
And for him to say that about me to the people that brought him into this world spoke volumes.
It made him melt.
It made me melt. It did. I was like,
Come on, Daddy.
Hey. And it was just beautiful to see that someone thought that much of me and did not judge me for where I come from in this space, but see me in my totality and be able to articulate that to the very people that brought him into this world. Was beautiful. So that was it.
Wow. That dude, I mean, you know.
Shout out, Kenya.
And that's what I've shared with him in our journey. I told him, I said, you know, it's not things with me, with you.
Right.
I knew
That's
after
right.
God, you put me before yourself. And I knew that by your actions.
That's right.
That's why you are reaping the harvest of being a selfless man. That, you know, I may have worked all day, but I know if he wants a special salad, he getting it. Because I love giving him that love and speaking his language. Because he speaks mine. So it's an exchange.
Yeah.
What about you, sir?
I'm learning that you gotta pay attention to how people can be selfless, right? And then I just talked to my mom about this the other day, probably about a week or two ago. I remember I was telling her, I was like, Mom, you know, I'm in the dating game, you know, and I got 2 people that I kind of like, and I don't know, you know, what to do, you know. And she was like, you said 2 people? I was like, yeah, like I ain't serious with nobody, but I done met, you know, one girl, she has one child and she's younger, and another girl don't want any more children. She has 3. And I was telling her about it, right? I was just like, I don't know, you know, I'm just, this thing, I don't want to make a bad decision. You know, I done made a couple of them.
Okay.
My last wife, we were married 11 years. So,
Okay.
And I was just like, I don't want any more breakups.
Okay.
You know?
Yes.
I'm tired of breakups and divorces. And so she was like, you know, Mom's like how you said his parents were, right? That's all I had. My mom's like, well, that one that you talk about with the one child, you say she young, you know. Like, yeah, she was like, well, you ain't having no more babies, are you? I was like, Mom, I ain't having no more babies. Yeah. Do she want any more babies? I had to tell my mama, try like, yeah, she said it. She said, well, you need to leave that alone. You need to leave that alone. And she said, you know, that's just my opinion. I know you're gonna do what you want to do, but you know, that's when a woman says they want that, you better, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's just it, you know. And she was like, I know she might be nice to you, she might be all of this to you, but trust and believe, she know why she nice to you, because she could see how you father.
Right.
Because she asked about, her one son, is a father present? And I was like, nah, he ain't around at all. She was like, see? But I'm telling you, she knows that. Not to say that it's not taking anything away from you, but you know, as far as you know, but she knows that you're gonna be a father.
That's correct.
You know? And then she told you this, and she came back and said, "Oh, after you told her you don't want no kids, okay, that's fine with me." Nah, that ain't fine with her.
That's right.
You know,
she right, because she said her truth the first time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So getting that wisdom from a parent, and you know, like, and then the other one, she was like, okay, how is she with the co-parent to it, with their father, you know, her kid's father? I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's just some stuff I don't like about that. You know, so well, you got a lot of work to do there. You ain't there yet, you know.
Yes,
that's right.
You know, so it's just that part, and trying to navigate that, you know, and that's the.
This is good stuff, man.
Yeah.
I remember when we met, that was one of the questions he asked me, did I have any kids? I was like, do you got any kids? You know, and because he said you dated a lady with kids.
Yes.
And he didn't care for the co-parenting. There was a bunch of drama and stuff. I like,
no drama.
He was like, no, I don't want to do that.
Drama.
And I have a niece that looks just like me. And when he saw, he said, hold up, I thought you didn't have no kids. I said, I ain't got no kids. I got no kids. You know,
Man,
that's
like
my
twins.
niece. That's
Like
my niece, but
twins.
me and my sisters.
A mini-me.
We look alike a lot.
Mini-me.
You
My
like,
dad
you
got
lied
strong
to me.
genes in there with the girls. But wow, this has been good, guys. And so I would like for you all to leave a snippet for those who are desiring to date and desiring to get married or be in a relationship
With kids?
with kids.
Dating is an investigation in my mind. It is. It's an investigation. I always advise young people or older people when you're dating and you have children, leave your children out of it, because that brings in an emotional part of it. So when you're dating, you have your investigative questions. And no one has to hit every question that you ask, but they need to have a roundabout. Date with intention. Be very intentional about why you're dating. If marriage is your goal, then you need to be dating people that have that same intention. If not, then thank you. It was a great dinner and move on. Dating is not emotional. It is very factual based. That's why I say, hey, what do you think about the moon? What do you think about politics? Those are investigative questions. So please investigate as much as you can when you are dating. Be transparent in some ways by allowing some form of exchange with it, but don't get too involved and too invested in emotion. Dating is not an emotional game. So don't do that as much as you can. And, you know, if it's not working out, be okay with walking away. Be okay with saying thank you.
Walk
It was
or
nice
run.
to meet you, and I wish you nothing but the best. But this isn't going to go any further, and that's respect. So those are my dating tips.
Okay.
Yeah.
She hit it hard when she said dating without the emotion.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know that's deep for a lot of people.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
because we think it's an emotional game, and maybe we should come back and talk about that.
Yeah.
But it is dating is not emotional.
But leave them emotions at home.
Leave them at home.
Because
Don't
you
talk
get
to
caught
them.
up in the words and the actions of the, because that first couple of, weeks and months or whatever, like that could be a representative.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but if you got your emotions tied to it, then you don't even see that the
And real quick
representative.
before we go, emotions are just chemical reactions. We're chemical, right? And so your endorphins are moving. You got your serotonin and your dopamine, and all these chemicals are being moved. So perfume enhances it. All of these things. You look
Right.
great. You got broad shoulders. You're my type. Your eyes and all of that. That's pulling in on that emotion. And so all of these signals are being transmitted through our body. And so we have to learn what that feels like internally so you can ask the relevant questions.
Yes.
So like that butterfly feeling, what is that? And when we realize what that is, we can settle it.
Yes.
So now I can ask you the most logical, important questions in dating. Learning yourself first is very important before you even step foot to start to date.
Wow.
Yeah, mine is more so learning that like what you see is what you get.
Okay.
Don't be looking at potential. Right.
Can't date
I
potential.
failed a lot of times based on potential. Right. And because you hear the stories, you hear the what they're saying and what they what they want to do and what they want to be, and you could tell that, oh man, they got it in them, but then they're not exemplifying it, right? But what you see is what you get, and you either like what you see or you can vibe with it or you don't, So, but you got to see everything. You got to talk about everything, from finances to parenting to religion to social to I'm talking about everything, right? Like take time to get to know the person, and know how they live. Go visit their house. They visit your house, and then talk to them about their kids if they got kids. Ask them questions about their kids and want to know about what they do with their kids, because that's the only way you're gonna learn.
Yes.
So that's the part that I see that I've been experiencing. Just like no more dating looking at potential. It's more so looking at who I see and what I got in front of me. And then just being able to, like she said, make that hard decision, because, those emotions, like that whole smelling good, looking good, all that physical attraction, and sometimes it's intellectual too.
Yes, it is.
Sometimes it's that too, but that don't matter when it comes to your partner.
Yes,
That's what you're looking for, your partner. So I just learned something today.
Yes.
About that emotion.
Educated, right?
I appreciate that. That was a big one.
Yes.
You get caught up in it.
You get
caught
caught
up
up
in it.
Yes.
You forget about what's important, and then you find yourself like kind of like giving an excuse or for something that you don't like.
That's
Yeah.
Or
right.
you don't agree with.
Yeah.
Because of that whole emotional stuff.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you're like, it catered to this emotion for
Right,
me, or
right,
this
right,
feels,
right.
it feels good.
Yeah,
you know? It
yeah.
feels good, and you forget about. Hold on.
Wait a minute. That ain't what I'm dealing with.
That
Wow. Well, you know what? This is going to be another session. I already know it. Thank y'all. Y'all are
you.
transparent, like for real, and I love it. Please connect with Tiffany Empowers and connect with Manhood and Womanhood Tour, okay? And we don't know who's listening, so 211, the free 24/7, and 741-741, that is 24/7 source. There's a NAMI, that's a National Alliance on Mental Illness. And if nothing else, 911, do not suffer in silence. Mr. Perry.
In life, parents should always ask themselves this: give me the chance to parent. And God, give me the courage to try. And once you go and get that truth like that, maybe you will have to walk away, or maybe you need to run. But do it. Just don't stay there and be a victim. This has been Young People Nation, and remember, there is always hope.
Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Give the world to the project. Lead them back to the cross. He the #1 prospect. He the top boss. I was broke, I was empty. He the one that paid the cost. Really thought that I was cool. There was nothing like the Savior. Now it's time for the truth. The whole world been waiting. It's Young People Nation. 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 The whole world been waiting. Whatever you going through, I know what he gonna do. Don't matter the circumstance, we going back to the root. Keep going. Let that seed keep growing. You need peace and we know it. Now it's time to live holy. Young People Nation. You know what time it is. Young People Nation. Get ready, the time is here. Get ready, we vibing here. We about to let God in here. Young People Nation. It's Young People Nation. Yeah, do it for the heavens, you know where we going. Influenced by his love, you know we gotta show it. It's time to put the youth onto what God is doing. Cause I can tell you now, right now, that God is moving. It's Young People Nation.